everyone, Jennifer Marrero here with Marrero Family Farm. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to be doing a video that's a little bit outside of the norm. Not everybody is going to like what we're going to show you today, but this is more for homesteaders who are raising, or farmers who are raising pigs and don't expect to keep the male pigs intact. A good reason why you would neuter a male pig, especially in our situation, because we raise Mini Juliana pigs. Juliana pigs are used most of the time for pets. They don't get very big, usually between 30 to 50 pounds. And people who normally purchase pigs from us are not really trying to grow them to eat them as food. They spray, and it has a very strong musky smell to it when they are intact. And also they run around, just to say it bluntly, they hump everything. So when you neuter a male pig, you find that they calm down. They don't act crazy like that. And it's just better to have them that way if you're going to be keeping them as a non-breeding pig. The other reason why you would neuter is because if you are growing a pig for food, you don't want them to, again, have that musky smell, because that will also get into the taste of the meat, and you don't want that. So today we're going to show you how to neuter a male pig. It is not suitable for everybody, like I said. But it's a very quick procedure. It hurts them, but just for a second. We do not put them underneath anesthesia. This is such a quick procedure that's really not necessary. We have done this a few times and have never had a problem. They heal very quickly. You don't need to sew them up or anything like that. So follow along and watch how you can also neuter your pigs without the help of a veterinarian. So first, when you neuter your pig, you want to take your male pig away from the mom or any of the siblings. Our mom is usually pretty okay. She hears them squeal. She doesn't really go crazy or anything like that, but you still don't want them around their siblings. So I'm going to show you our setup. So this is pretty much how we set up the area. This is my husband, Antonio. He's going to be doing the neutering. And we just put basically a nice clean towel down on a table. We use a clean blade that's just been cleaned with iodine, so it's kind of stained a little bit, but that's just from the iodine. We clean the area first with the iodine, which is an antiseptic. It's going to kill any bacteria. And after he does the incision and takes out the sacks, basically, we don't sew it up or anything like that, but we will spray some blue coat on it. We'll put some more of the iodine on it, and then we'll spray it again with some more blue coat just to be on the safe side. But that's really it. You're going to see some clean slices of the knife, and then he's going to go in, pop the little testicle out, and you just basically rip them out, right?
Rip them out. This video is for Hyman. Here you go, buddy. You wanted to see it. I'm not going to fry them because you said they smell like whatever you said they smell like, but I'm not doing all that crazy stuff. I'm going to show you how to pop them out and cut them out and all that.
Okay. The reason why they're just pulled out and not cut out is because if you cut them, it will cause more infection.
Well, the testes have to, once you pull them off, they recoil in.
Okay.
Basically the string, whatever you call it.
The vein or whatever it is?
Yeah. The sack.
Right.
With nothing in it. It recoils in. You want it to recoil in.
Okay. So that's why, because when you pull it, it just goes back in and heals itself quickly like that. Rather, if you cut it, then they don't have that spring back.
That's right.
And can cause other infections.
And then
I think is
you
basically
gotta
what
stick
it
your
is.
fingers in there and push it back in.
Oh, and yeah. So it's more traumatizing to them, causes more pain if you actually cut them rather than pulling them. So this is just basically
The way everybody's
the
done.
way everybody's done it for years, and that's the way that we're going to do it on our farm as well. And like I said, we've done it before with no problems. They heal quickly. They barely even act like it's bothered. They cry while the procedure's getting
They're
done,
gonna cry before.
and it's going to be very loud. And as soon as it's done, they stop crying and they go back to their normal daily routine like nothing ever happened. So here we go. So this next little guy that we have here, we're doing two today because the first one, he was kind of like a little chunkier guy and they didn't pop out as easily as they typically do. So hopefully we have some...
You gotta try to make the incision as small as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want a big, long incision because then it'll take longer for them to heal. The smaller the incision, the easier it is. And these are Mini Juliana pigs, so their little testicles are not going to be as big as, you know, a standard size pig, or even like a potbelly pig, because these are the smallest of all pig breeds. So, yeah, it's a little harder to do the procedure just because of their size. So we had to wait until these guys were a little bit older. They are 5 weeks. Well, they'll be 5 weeks old on Tuesday, and today's Sunday. So practically 5 weeks old. But like I said, we had to wait until their testicles got big enough to be able to pop them out. So here we go. This guy is a little feisty, so. Can you see how I'm holding him behind his joint on his leg?
You gotta push the testicles forward. See, and that's it.
Yeah, I know. I'm touching his back end. That's it. See, gotta wrap him. You don't have to wrap him like a baby, but I don't want any. He didn't bleed. The other one bled a little bit. This guy was very easy, but he can be a little feisty, this one. I try to handle all of them, so they're used to being touched and stuff like that. They just get scared. That's it. See, he's good now. He's content. So we only had 3 males in this batch, and we already did one of last week, but that's because he was sold. We will not neuter them until we know that there is a deposit on them and they are sold, just for breeding purposes. We're not going to take that right away from somebody who may want to breed them, you know. So yeah, so that's it. They're all neutered now, all 3 of them. They'll be ready to go to their new house in a week. And look, he's good. He's fine. He's a good boy. And he's probably just gonna go right to sleep in a couple minutes, because that's what they do. They're babies. They sleep a lot.
They eat a lot too.
And they eat a lot. They try to eat a lot.
They poop a lot.
But so what we're gonna do is, when you neuter the males, you're gonna keep them away from their siblings, at least for a couple days, 2 days. That's what we did with the last one. He was completely fine, and that's what we typically do is, you know, 2 days. There's no real major healing process, really. Just making sure that it's mending and going back to normal. And did I miss anything? Anything else you want to add? Yes, I did.
So make sure when the testes, you put them in there, you gotta kind of get your fingers up in here and make sure you pull it.
Lock them. And same thing with holding them. You want to make sure that you have a really good hold on their front and back legs. And you can rewind the video to see how I held them. And just laying them flat, like he was saying, the flatter that they are, the better it is, the easier it is for him to pop those testicles right out of that little slit. If they're curved a little bit, they go back into the pocket. So you want to make sure that their back is kind of, you know, flat against the bottom of the table or whatever kind of surface that you're using.
And you got to put your finger right on top of them and squeeze them down to the back end, so they can. That way, when you make that cut, you have something to cut on. Right. But I'm not trying to cut the testicle either. Right. You know, I'm trying to cut is the skin and then like a little webbing. Right. So once I get past the webbing, once I got past the webbing, now I try to work through.
So that's it. I mean, it looks a little bit intimidating, I guess, but once you do it, it's really not that bad.
It's pancakes.
Just make sure that you use a brand new knife and make sure it's super sharp. What did you say? That's bacon? Yeah. It's not pancakes, it's bacon. That's horrible. That's a horrible joke. And that's really it. That's really not that bad.
There you go, Hyman.
And there goes the little, very, very tired baby. And now he's going to go and hang out with his brother. And I basically have them just in a cage inside the house, just so they can kind of relax and not have to deal with any other squealing noises from their siblings and stuff like that. So they get kind of a little pamper treatment. They get a little bit of food and some, you know, water, of course, and that's it. So they're as happy as can be. There's 2 small little pillows that they get to lay on that has a heating pad on top of the pillows with a towel down, and the 2 of them will probably lay there together. Pigs love to be warm. So if you have a pig who is screaming, having a hard time, warmth, food and warmth, the 2 #1 things to keep a little piglet happy. So, hope you guys learned something from this video. Sorry it had to be a little bit devastating. Nobody likes to have to do that. But as you can tell, they squeal, like I said, mostly just because they're being confined and restrained and they're upside down. But other than that, the procedure itself is so quick and easy for them that it doesn't even bother them. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we ask that you please subscribe and share this with your friends. And until next time, you guys have a blessed day. Take care.